Huh?
Oh, roll, Raggy. Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the Red Hare Inn. I am your humble dungeon master, here to spin you and the players before you a yarn through the lands of Ecriom. Before we get started, a few shout-outs, a few pieces of sponsor information, and then on to our wonderful cast.
What's the shout out?
First of all, Brianna Flame, Esoteric, Del Borovic, and Adrian Von Ziegler, the awesome folks who've made little pieces of this stream all come together. Bri doing overlays, Esoteric with the wonderful map of Ecriom that you can see behind me, Del Borovic for the beautiful character art you can see below me, and then Adrian Von Ziegler, as well as the amazing Perrin Hope Singer for the acoustics and music that you hear throughout the stream. Next, sponsor stuffs, the first Dragon Rock RPG design, Daniel Lieberman, Renee Beauregard, bringing you unique and creative content, all from their wonderful home in Canada. Whether they're writing their own content or collaborating with others, their goal is to bring their own extensive experience and expertise to any material that they work on. Next, Umbral Oculus Dice. And I need to get the giveaway link going, but we're going to be giving away this beautiful D20. It's got like little flecks of copper and bronze and silver in it. It's really pretty. But the amazing Taryn Hackett bringing dice from beyond the veil for you to use at your table. Type in the word Red Hare Inn, all caps, all together, one word, when you go to purchase a set of dice for 10% off that order. Next, Adventures in 3D. My buddy Richard makes wonderfully crafted 3D miniatures. Here's Corvus, so you can see how beautiful he makes them. They're awesomely printed. He does Hero Forge and a bunch of other stuff. Type in Barefoot15 for 15% off your order when you go and visit him over there. And then last but not least, the Initiative Order. TO is a collective of passionate TTRPG players and creators that want to help the community thrive and grow. The main goal of TO is to explore and experience all types of gaming systems while creating an inclusive community for all of our players and viewers. And I think I can speak for everybody at this table who have all collectively worked with TO enough, but they're an amazing organization. They're an amazing group. So go on and head out and follow them and join their Discords and all that stuff too. Yeah. I'm done talking. On to the amazing Taryn Hackett, so she can, do her own shout-outs and talk about herself.
Can you switch Hale and Corvus, because they're kind of in the wrong place?
Oh no, are they in the wrong spot? I will do that right now.
No, we look alike. We get that all.
It's fine. It's the voice.
Is this the monotone thing that nobody likes?
I will do that while you're
talking. Also known as Valrook across the socials, generally creative human eldritch entity and dice maker under the moniker of Umbral Oculus Dice. That is UO_dice on the Instagram. I do have a shop update live right now, and like Logan said, you can get 10% off in my shop right now off of all the full sets. So definitely go give that a look. I also have some single D20s as well right now. Beyond that, I'm over on the Initiative Order on Mondays in Vault, our Fallout TTRPG where we cry. And then every other Sunday starting back in February, we'll be back with Far Realms, our Cult Divinity Lost Homebrew campaign where I traumatize both Ronin and Casual. And then after that, I have some really cool stuff working on that I can't quite announce yet, but it's really cool, you guys. And that's me.
Next over on to the wonderful Perrin Hope Singer.
Hello, everyone. My name is Renee Beauregard. I'm one half of Dragon Rock RPG Design. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at Dragon Rock RPG. You can find us on Instagram at Dragon Rock RPG Design. We're currently working on our Ranger subclass supplement. There will be 3 new Rangers, the Archaeologist, the Lightkeeper, and the Weave Guardian coming out sometime this month. We are just finalizing some minor wording details, and then it'll be released. And we're very excited for that. Once that goes through our editor and he fanboys over it, because that's what he does with all of our materials, we will then be putting it out on DM's Guild, where you can find all of our things, such as our warlocks, our barbarians, as well as our icons of horror, where you can turn your players into iconic horror movie villains such as Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, and Pennywise the Clown, and a couple of others. So check it out, and they are all pay what you want documents. So if you don't kick over a few dollars, which we don't demand that you do, please leave us a rating and review. Please leave us a rating and review so we know how you found the material and whether or not you enjoyed it. Because if you tell us you like our things, we will do more of them. And I want an excuse to tell Daniel that we want to do an Icons of Horror too. So without further ado, I'm going to hand this off to my beautiful little sister. And that's it for me. Bye now.
Thank you, Perrin. Good evening, y'all. I'm so excited to be back with the group. All right, I'm going to stop this right now and go back to my normal voice. What's up? It's your girl, I'm a cosplayer, streamer, TTRPG performer, and overall goofball. So if you like any or all of those things and want to hear my bad dad jokes, please go over to my social media at Utahime Cosplay. Again, Facebook, Instagram, here on Twitch, where hopefully I'll start actually streaming on my own channel instead of being on everyone else's. That's the goal for 2022. And you can find me at Twitter at Brianna DeCoster. And I play Fanar Valar, Perrin's adorable, she's 18 and a half, so she's now an adult, not a kid, DM.
Listen, if you're not a kid
anymore,
I can kill you. That's fair game.
Hey, oh, never mind. Maybe just go back to 18. Take off the half, passing it along to someone here.
Art.
Is that
Eddie?
me?
Yes, it's you.
Hi everyone, I'm Art Butterball. That's not actually my last name, but it seems to be the name that everyone's calling me these days. I'm otherwise known as Eddie, the Discount Bard. You can find me at all the various social medias at Discount Bard, because words are hard even when you're a bard. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/discountbard, where I do regular variety content. I'm finally back to doing some Sea of Thieves and all sorts of other piratey shenanigans, among a whole bunch of other content. You can also find me on alternating Wednesdays over at That D'Angelo, where we are doing another campaign just like this one, Tayar, a political intrigue campaign. Super exciting stuff over there. And otherwise, you can follow me on all the other socials and on TikTok to see variety, entertainment, and silliness, and other video content supporting mental health and other various issues like that.
Next.
Oh, does that mean I get to say?
Hey.
Oh, hey.
What can
It's
you say?
Jay Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual and Casual Creativity over on Twitch. Variety streamer getting back into the flow of things as we make wonderful content that's entertaining. I'm also a professional storyteller, content creator, game designer, and all around your best form of entertainment in this life and the next. You can find me on that, but that's the truth. You're welcome. I'm doing all kinds of things over the Initiative Order, Gehenna Gaming. I'm also working with many other people, including It's Beth the Bard, on a brand new book project that's coming out. Hopefully we can get done in enough time to really show off some amazing new game design stuff. And this is the year that I will publish Deep Breath, the TTRPG, the anime-inspired urban fantasy where the old world of magic is in conflict with a new world of technology. We're going to enjoy a class of species and features that are reminiscent of what we love about anime, such as a class that lets you enhance your power like a Saiyan, or maybe go the height of a Titan, much like Attack on Titan, and many other things. But more importantly, I am Corvus, the one who walks through the dark so that others may have a guide through what pain they may face.
Sorry, Ian made me laugh. And last but not least, unfortunately, the mountains of West Virginia are interfering with the Wi-Fi's. But our wonderful Jared Leto imposter, the D&D Jesus, the King of West Virginia, Ronan Fox. He's a writer. He's also a writer.
And he's super cocky, and he's not here to take my bullshit.
And that too.
And he just sent me a text saying he's fighting off a pack of wild Sasquatches. That's why he can't be here.
Dang Sasquatches. Messing up my interwebs.
All hopped up on Mountain Dew.
All hopped up.
Is that what they
on
call Mountain Dew? They call it Mountain Dew up there? Man, drugs got weird names.
But without further ado, let's get into our next session of the Ecriom Expeditions.
What's an expedition?
You taking that?
Okay, so we were going to go to sleep
And
We
then
were
that
going
thing
to.
happened.
because we
Yeah.
finished dinner.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
hi.
all I need to know.
Also,
Hi, everyone.
last announcement before I get into we have stickers now. So not only are there wonderful Red Hare Inn stickers, but there's also a full party sticker that can be found in the shop
I'm so excited.
in the link.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Mom, we made it. My mom doesn't watch this, so I don't know.
What's a mom?
Oh God, we're not getting
Good
into
question.
this.
I don't know.
Well,
I only
right.
have dads.
I don't
Right
have
on.
either.
Ronan, why the fuck did your wife die? I needed you.
You can let this escape us
I'll
now.
stop your complaining.
Chaos.
Party fresh
That's
off
really
the heels.
rude.
Oh God. The party fresh off the heels of discovering that they could literally burn the oblex out of its host is in turmoil. Corvus captures the exhausted Caliana as insults and bad blood begin to boil within Eden and Fenara. Thankfully, the calming words of Perrin and a logical retort or two by Ripley bring the party from a boil to a simmer. The group explores the lower level of the tower, finding useful items long kept and dusted over by Caliana as she went through the remnants of the Malthier Collective College of Swagat. While, simultaneously, Art continues to pore through the tomes and scrolls Caliana originally had provided the party. By dinner time, Art had learned some new information about the Oblex aura they were dealing with. Aura's emergence seemed to coincide with the establishment of the Malthier Collective campus here in Swagat, and the Oblex seemed to be drawn to it by the mages that were now moving in. It seemed that over time, as Aura had connected with these mages, that the mages feared the Oblex plague that's now infesting Swagat, and they hightailed it out of there to campuses farther north, leaving the newly formed campus to slowly sink back into the swamps. Art also finds 2 herbal remedies that could potentially push the Oblex from its host, Laceflower and the Crimson Crawler. Both plants could be found within the swamps of the Heartscars. Art quickly informs the party as they are eating and making preparations to leave the following day. As dinner continues, Ripley came up with an idea to further push Corvus from being the brooding capturer of Caliana. As a member of the Malthier Collective, Ripley could complete the contract on their behalf, freeing Corvus from his more serious obligations. As he prepared the documents, Perrin began speaking with the Oblex inside of him, giving it a memory in exchange for more information. The ooze took one in particular, a moment in Perrin's childhood, and expelled itself in the visage of Perrin's Uncle Merrick. Guncle Merrick, as we've been calling him. A deal was struck. The ooze within Ripley, the only remaining party member with an ooze inside of them, would leave upon the group's departure from Swagat, and the ooze would wander the world in its new form. Before it left, Eden prompted and pleaded for Guncle Merrick to seek a life of its own, free of its ties from Aura. The only reply was a turn toward Perrin, as his Guncle Merrick offers one final word of departure, saying he is going to seek out his father. Fenara ran off to the lower levels of the tower, with Corvus quickly on her heels, and that's where this adventure continues. Fenara and Corvus, the two of you now in the central or the basement study of Caliana's chambers here in the remnants of the Malthier Collective Tower. Fenara confused, conflicted at this uncle that Perrin supposedly has.
Corvus actually is first coming down here to see if there's anything of interest that one can find that could be potentially used to upgrade equipment. Just resources, tools, something to make my whip more efficient.
Finn is kind of where she's of course conflicted, but she's also too just being nosy, trying to distract herself from her feelings. But if she happens to run across anything, just saying.
Corvus, go ahead and give me a investigation check for me.
Investigaciones.
How close was he on Fenara's heels, by the way?
I'll let him answer that question.
Maybe like after 10 to 15 feet of distance, Corvus made the decision to head down, realizing that he didn't go down there before. So that's about the amount of distance and time spent. That's going to be a 23 for investigation.
With a 23, looking around, other than like the odd kind of bauble or trinket, maybe there's probably some alchemical tools that are nearby. Not necessarily a full set, but enough to keep Caliana busy and like have enough tools at her disposal. The rest of the party kind of picked clean everything that was down here.
Yeah. And I'm also going to spend time looking for any book that has anything to do with the concept regarding multiple lives. Not necessarily anything regarding to reincarnation, rebirth, or even connected to the idea of elven reverie, on that ability of connecting to memories and thought.
Yeah, go ahead and give me another one.
Let's just use this. That's going to be an 18.
18. The closest thing you could find is like the basics of kind of pulling memories from oneself and kind of digging down deeper into the more forgotten and hidden memories. But it's a very, very basic, almost like college level would be like an
entry level.
Like a very entry level, like an O, like a 0 level class. Yeah. It's stuff that you probably already have basic knowledge of already.
Boss. Of all the Wizard Tower, still nothing of use in here.
Can I ask you something?
Closing the book. You are welcome to ask whatever you wish.
So, do you happen to have a sibling?
To my understanding, I am an only child.
Oh. Well, I guess I can't really ask you any advice on how to deal with a sibling not really being 100% honest with you.
Well, I may not have a sibling, but if this sibling you speak of is one that you trust?
Well, uh, I do, but recently it's been really difficult. I feel like he's not he's not opening himself up. That was the whole purpose of this trip, was for us to get closer together, to know more about each other, and go on these wild adventures, and I I don't know.
What is your favorite color?
Isn't it obvious? And then she's gonna basically do like a little twirl in her dress and have her hands on her hip.
What is your favorite animal?
Oh, well, that gets a little bit more complicated, but the hippocampus?
What is your favorite time of day?
Definitely the afternoon. Usually back home, it was such a nice, just the sun and the clouds, and the weather is usually nice for a good, swim in the ocean.
What is the favorite type of wood you would like to build a house with?
What? I never really quite thought of it. Not sure, really.
So there's a moment in which you do not know everything about yourself. So is it fair to ask that someone give you all the information of them to you?
Well, I don't think if we're talking about wood, I mean, I'm no expert. It's not like I've been building houses for a living. So,
Sure.
I mean, I don't know those things. That
But
doesn't
did
concern
you-
me as a person
Have
necessarily.
you lived the life of your sibling? Have you
Well-
seen through their eyes, listened with their ears, felt what they felt?
Well, no, but
Then you cannot expect to know all that there is. If you trust in someone, then you trust that they will tell you what they need to when they feel ready. Forcing anyone's hand is a sure way in death, or in this case, a splinter in a relationship, if it were.
well, I don't think
Siblings.
I was forcing anything. I thought that we were just always more open with each other. But I guess, I don't know.
You're very
else
close
wrong?
to this sibling, I would assume. My advice is the same one my mentor taught me. If you wish to treat someone as close as you wish, then you must trust them as close as you were to yourself. If this person has information you seek and you wish not to extrapolate it through means of aggressive tactics, then perhaps patience is a skill you need to learn now.
I feel like you're only using aggressive, those types of terms, because we got off on the wrong foot.
I believe we got off on the correct foot, as it were. I went for a bounty, and you wish to protect the individual. I see no hard feelings in that.
Well, all right. I mean, we're starting from scratch then. She extends her hand out, like by stepping it, like she kind of glides forward and sticks out her hand.
And then you see Corvus kind of like scratch at his chin and then reach out. Well, I suppose a fresh start in this group is not a bad gesture.
I should think it's not. I mean, I think that this group, it's filled with mighty fine people. And sometimes it's okay to let down your guard a little bit. Just a little bit.
In that same point, you should lower your expectations lest you disappoint yourself.
Jeez, all right then. By the way, these boots of yours, they seem like they're just gonna stifle your feet. Don't you think that you should let your feet breathe a little bit? You know, be one with the ground and soil and such.
The last time I let myself be one with the ground, I was buried alive.
Oh, well, that sounds awful. Well, you're here now, so I guess everything worked out.
No, I'm pretty sure I suffocated.
Oh, you were oh, yeah, I sometimes put my web feet in my mouth sometimes. It's not always easy starting a normal conversation with you, but we'll work on it. We'll work on it.
There is no need. I am completing a task that will be for the Malthier Collective, as provided by the one professor. And when the task is complete, I shall carry on my ventures and complete what tasks I have set forth myself.
Well, you never know when our paths will cross again. Just saying.
Sure. And then we'll put the book back on the shelf, turn, and then start walking away, and then pause before the stairwell. But ultimately, my advice is give this sibling time. I believe they are carrying a bigger burden than you can realize, and they wish not to place that burden on you until they know how to properly balance it. Show your support by simply being around, and you'll get what you want. And then Corvus will walk up the stairs.
Well, I guess that means that I gotta show that my shoulder can handle some heavy lifting. And then she's gonna go and trail behind Corvus as he heads up.
As Corvus and Fanar are downstairs prior to them coming up, Eden, Art, Perrin, any actions from the three of you?
After the events that transpired earlier, Art was quietly sitting to himself and eating with slightly less vigor the remains of the food that he had grabbed earlier, feeding small pieces of it to Dulcar here and there in between. And after a few moments of sitting there in silence, Art's going to perk up with a bit of an idea and is going to slowly get up from the table and start heading towards where he was doing his research prior.
Okay.
What are you...
I have to look at something.
Okay. Guess I'm just gonna sit here then, because Hale's been really stupid and quiet. And... Okay. Aiden's just kind of like sitting there at the table. And I think like eventually like she's just sitting there doing what she was doing before. So there are just little tiny trees growing out of the tabletop in various places. Let me see if I still have a use of my wild shape. Actually, haha. So, and then out of boredom, eventually her arm will just slowly turn into Grim. This little white ferret is now like curling through the trees, and Eden is just kind of petting Grim and playing with her tiny forest on the table.
Ripley kind of moves to the table across from you at one point and sits down and kind of finishes the meal that he had started prior to making the contract for Corvus, and then just very stoically pushes away at one point, stands up, and we have a long day of travel tomorrow. We should get some rest. And he heads off to where you guys have been sleeping.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna start another brew. And she will grab like a handful of the tiny trees and throw them into her little like vase cauldron, and she will just walk over to a random spot on the floor and start a small fire. And she will begin throwing that in there. She will like druid craft some mint and also put that in there. And she's just kind of, for the most part, like cuts off a lock of her hair that goes in there. Some of the rose petals off of the roses that grow, and like as she pulls them off of like the thorny crown, like they immediately grow back. Like they don't hesitate, they just immediately bloom back. And she's just kind of sitting there and like petting Grim and like has Grim hanging out on her shoulders as she's doing the thing.
As you're doing that, roll me a wisdom saving throw. Please and thank you.
Oh, okay. I'm good at that. That is a bad roll. It's a really bad roll. And with that really bad roll, that's a 10.
That's a 10. So as you're sitting there, the fire's bubbling, your cauldron, you're throwing stuff in. You're sitting there for a moment, and you look up, and you meet Grim's eyes. Huh. It's about time we found you. You hear in your head.
Oh no.
Which voice is this?
This would be Hemlock. Hemlock. Hemlock? Yeah, Hemlock.
Oh. Didn't know you were looking for me.
Oh dear. We always look after our sisters, don't we?
We're supposed to. I was gonna come back as. Where are you at?
Not in the grove. Is about all I can say now.
Oh, you don't sound very happy.
Well, when he has such high hopes for somebody, and you put all of your life's work into making that somebody the most special thing that he has, and then that somebody runs away, you would be angry too.
Well, I wasn't running as much as briskly walking.
You can call it whatever you would like. To us, running is running. And his vision, his reach, must continue to be extended. Are you willing to do that? Good.
What do I need to do? Will you guys not be mad at me?
You took what was mine. I'll always be mad at you.
I don't understand.
Wait until you empty out your vase. And then you will see. Then Grim kind of you can see the visible shift in Grim as Grim now goes back to their more animated form, and scampers up and is curling around you and goofing around and stuff and gnawing at your dress a bit.
Are you okay, Grim? Is that weird for you too?
Huh?
Okay.
And
Puts back on his shoulder.
And as your brew is going through the process of being distilled and you're pouring it into the different vials, the very, very bottom, resting there, you thought whatever is in there there shouldn't have been any solids at the bottom, but you see 3 rosebuds closed.
Reaches in, what you're talking about. Oh, okay. They're really good at instructions. Okay.
Hey, are you coming tonight? Are you coming to sleep? Are you?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm gonna go to sleep. Was just talking to Graham.
You talk to your weasel?
Well, I mean, it comes from, other dimensions. It's kind of like magic, It has his own personality and all of those things.
Does he understand you?
Mhm.
That's weird.
That's weird. Does that not? I mean, Dulcar understands art.
Well, I mean, that's a domesticated animal. I mean, simple instructions, very basic things. I find more like a. I feel like if I try to explain this to you, you might not understand exactly what I'm trying to get across. So,
Do you speak Sylvan?
no, I don't. My sister probably does. So
You could try.
I will not. But thank you for the encouragement. I appreciate it. But I just wanted to make sure because the rest of them are over here, and I've got to start watch soon. So
No, I'm gonna take this. So she picks up her vase and like puts her hand over it. And I'm gonna go lay down over here by myself.
you should. Okay, I just want to make sure I know where you are, so that if I need to get up and look around every now and again, I know where to find you. Okay, great. Thank you.
Right over here with nothing.
Right. Okay, great. Great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay.
Mhm.
And Perrin just like turns on his heel and just goes back into the room.
So, Art is the only one who said they were going to work on something. Is there anything?
Yes.
Or,
I
go back to you real quick.
yeah.
Because you guys had to come upstairs. So you guys.
Yeah, so after coming upstairs, like Finara, like she sometimes has been doing, she goes over her books as far as like learning Infernal and still reading the books that she received from searching in this particular area about the history of Suega and things like that. But she's mainly focusing on the Infernal still. But she kind of skims through the book that that had all the different information as well. I think it was on the Mouth There Collective too. I think there was like a where it actually had some of the names of some of the people as well inside of that book.
Yeah, there was one that had the list of deans, or like a couple of the deans, as well as the students, and that's where you found Caliana's name on there. You scrolled through and you eventually found Caliana's. So there's that one that's more of like a roster, or like almost like a quasi yearbook without pictures and stuff. And then you have your Infernal script one. Are you looking for anything in particular in the Malthier Collective one?
I'm just kind of trying to kind of gather just kind of some more information or understanding of, just the logs there, and, just so then that way it's like kind of knowing a tiny bit more than they do currently. But because of the fact that it probably doesn't have a ton of information other than just the information on the people who are involved, then
go ahead and
it depends.
Give me a history check for that one.
Yeah, okay. Got it. Okay, not bad. Let's see here. That is a 17.
So the one name that sticks out the most is the headmaster.
Okay.
And it's Agnes. Oh my God, where do I have the last name?
Okay.
Agnes Eurico. And the one thing you recognize by the name and also some of the identifiers of it is that Agnes is a human. With the information that a lot of times from what you've seen, humans are a lot more of like the get done type of people. So if somebody was really pushing to get this established and they happen to be human, it makes sense that this was something that happened really quickly, and then they went like, oh shit, this is too much, and then they backed out. And that's why you only saw about a decade's worth of students pass through.
Okay. Yeah, like before she rests, she's like kind of skimming through that, getting that information, but also to just reviewing the Infernal and trying to practice, as much as she can, the language.
You can add, I'll give you a quarter day to your list. 4. You guys did a lot. Y'all did a lot today.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. If she does see Perrin, though, because like if she's caught Perrin kind of going over near Eden, she does her normal, what baby sister does best by kind of lip reading and trying to get some type of hint as far as what the conversation was. Well, he was kind of over there with Eden. Would she be able to make out the Sylvan part of the conversation, like the mentioning of that?
Oh yeah, he's not hiding it.
Okay.
It's a very open conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys aren't in there aren't closed off partitions and stuff for you guys. It's very much so okay. Like so you guys can actively hear what's going on.
Okay, so if she picked up on that, Finn would have kind of tried to, at some point before bed, look for a book that hopefully is kind of similar to her Infernal 101, but for the Sylvan language, if possible.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay, that's a 13.
The best you can find is like a common to Sylvan dictionary, but it's like a third degree, and there are some pages that are missing because there's some wear and tear to it.
Got it.
But it's not enough. You'd know it's not enough to really study. It's more of like if you wanted to say a word here or there, you could probably flip through and.
She doesn't study that one, but she keeps it handy after seeing like lip reading over where she was kind of posted at studying.
Cool. Art.
So Art scurries away to the room that he was in prior when he was researching the oblex and all the other information on it, and is just scourging the notes to see if there's anything else that he missed in there. How could these things form into beings of their own? That doesn't make any sense. And after the encounter with the struggle of the situation with Perrin and the Grunkle, Art is going to feel inclined to go into his pack and pull out his dad's research notes to review them once more with this new context on life, and just again trying to make sense of it all, trying to see if there's anything any dots that he can connect, any pieces that make any sense.
Yeah, go ahead and give me another investigation. I believe I said it was at disadvantage way back when you did it the first time again. Or the last time.
Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
That'll be a 9.
A 9. The only thing that you can make out when you're reading through stuff is now you're shifting to a page where the drawings on it almost look like automatons, and you can get the word, the first couple letters are S, O, And then after that, it kind of scribbles out as his handwriting got a little bit too kind of like frantic and quick, and you can't quite pick it up.
What were you after? Were you looking for someone too?
Corvus, any final actions before bed?
Or was just do some writing, gather all the notes, the details, and details of this party, observing before calling it a night.
Awesome. You all take your watches, slowly kind of going through the night. Nothing really happens. Caliana gets up at one point and stokes the fire, makes herself something to eat and a cup of tea, and goes back to her chambers. When you guys think about dawn-ish, she comes back out and now is starting to go into that full like clean mode. Like this is a home for not just me but for other people now, so I gotta make it look good. So you see this magic like broom just up brooming itself. The mage hand is like has like a little dustpan that it's getting the brooms putting the dust and stuff into, and she gets breakfast started, a very simple porridge, gets some coffee made as you guys are all rolling out of bed and getting breakfast ready.
Art? I tried a new brew last night with the different stuff. Do you want to try one?
Oh, well, sure. I'm always up for an experiment.
Okay, well, okay, if I'm right, this one should make it a little easier for you to find stuff or do what some people might call an ability check.
Oh, well,
So-
that sounds great.
If you want to try.
And Art's gonna take it, sniff it for a moment, and chuck it down.
Can you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Can you roll a d8?
A D8.
Mhm.
A 3.
The 3? Okay. So as you're drinking it and you take a breath, smoke begins to eke out of the corner of your mouth when you talk.
Well, that's an interesting phenomenon.
Yeah, and Eden chugs hers and nothing happens. Well, it looks like the side effects are getting less often.
And Art's gonna just and full on just breathe smoke, like the same way that one would when it's a particularly cold day and you would just be breathing out.
It's kind
Like-
of fun. It smells like smells like raspberry.
Ooh,
But you're not hurt
Aaron.
though.
a fruity smoke. Yeah, no, this is great. See, doesn't it smell good?
Aaron, doesn't that remind you of Uncle Eldrin? You know, because his breath was always really stanky.
Really
'cause-
bad. Like,
yeah, really bad.
ab-
Why did he enjoy that onion stew? I
well,
don't
here's
know.
the thing.
I have
It wasn't.
no clue.
It was never just onions. It was always like onions and anchovies on top of like garlic and other really like absolutely horrendous things. The worst part was that he would eat it in the morning. So his breath would smell like that the
And
entire
it's
day.
just like that cloud of funk that you just couldn't get rid of, no matter how much you tried to spray in the air and type of perfume, anything. It just didn't work.
The worst, absolutely the worst. You're lucky, Art, that you have this magical fruit breath.
You also feel slightly bolstered. You do have 7 temporary HP, and you get a D4 to ability checks as long as you have that temporary HP.
Oh,
Just-
wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is great.
It's good stuff. I just haven't quite figured out how to not do that. Mhm.
It's funny. I've never had smoke smell like this before, but it kind of reminds me of my dad's garden a little bit.
Your dad's have a garden?
Oh well, one of them does. The other one couldn't grow anything to save his life.
What does it grow? Like food stuff or like pretty things?
Oh yeah, all kinds of things. You know, mushrooms, various fruits, and we did start a honeycomb shortly before I had to leave, but it was very nice. He's
I
one
like
of the ones who
bees.
taught me how to mix things.
Oh, so maybe next time when I'm mixing this stuff, I might ask for your help then.
Oh well, I can certainly try, but I mean, I think it's perfect the way it is. This is a nice addition to it, I think. And the entire time, yeah, just
There's just smoke everywhere.
the entire room is just filled with raspberry smoke.
Caliana at one point has like hands the mage hand a fan and it just is like going through the smoke, trying to get it out and like push it toward where the fireplace is so that we can go up the little chimney that's there.
And then unrelated to that, Corvus at some point suddenly goes to one of the nearby walls and starts vomiting pretty violently.
Corvus?
You
Are
okay?
you all right?
Finn has stuff that makes that better because she does that all the time.
Yeah, I can definitely whip something up if you're feeling upset in your stomach.
It's not that.
Are you pregnant?
No,
Well, I heard somewhere that makes people throw up.
no, that's not the case for me, at least. It appears that I was supposed to die in this building before.
Mm. What is
You were
that?
supposed to die?
Or I've died once. Or I could have died, or will. It's hard to explain.
Was it like what you mentioned the other evening when you said that suffocation and all that horrible stuff that you experienced?
Every death leaves a memory. Those memories leave physical echoes.
So it's like a physical manifestation of those said memories, I guess.
Yes, it's blurry, but apparently my potential choice to try and leave with the mage did not bode well with this group. Or at least it would not have.
Oh, so what you're feeling is that had you decided to leave here with her, she would have boded poorly for you.
That appears to have been the case. Or it
Oh.
technically has already happened in an instance that could have occurred.
Well, that's mighty interesting, to say the least, and I'm very glad that we're not doing that in this case. So, is everybody ready? Corvus, do you need a minute? Because
I'm fine.
got it right. Everybody ready? We've got your stuff packed. We've got headway to make.
What's that? Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
All
are you
right.
sure you don't want anything? I have some tonics and such that might at least help a little bit.
No, it's best that we get going. What appears after is not easy for others to observe. The echo is not pleasant.
Something's gonna happen after. Do I
I
need
mean,
to clean the?
let's move so that we can not experience the thing.
But I'm
mean,
staying here though. Like this is this is my problem now.
When I leave, it will vanish.
It's his problem. I'm sorry that you think otherwise. And Perrin will just like start making sure that like everybody's all packed up and ready to go, and like start corralling everyone to get out of the tower.
If we're all exiting the tower, as we're leaving, Caliana will see this shadowy visage of like Corvus standing in the tower doorway, just staring at her with these like piercing green eyes before vanishing as Corvus continues walking.
Art is fixated on Corvus this entire time and is taking notes.
Would that have been something that Art would have seen as well?
If Art was looking back, would have seen the shadowy version of only seeming like Corvus from like the rib cage up. The rest of it doesn't seem to appear, but it's like right height and everything.
Fascinating.
So we're looking for this flower, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yep, flowers.
All right.
Oh, yes. We're looking for
That's the goal. It's the flower, right, Art? You have do you have the name? Somewhere?
Yes.
I know what one of them looks like.
Yes, we're looking for the lace flower, and then we're also looking for the crimson crawler.
The crawler.
Crimson crawler, the lace flower. Okay. Okay, so we're going
it-
up the heart scars for this.
Just don't touch them when you see them.
Yep, that would be really bad.
We
Yeah,
need
Okay.
to be careful.
From the information
No
that
touchy.
from the information that Art has gathered, one, you don't want to touch either of them. Two, either of them can be used, and three, they are typically they're typically around larger trees or larger clusters of brambles and things like that.
Sorry.
No, go for it.
Eddie did not think of a thing that Art likely would have thought of the night before, if you would allow me to.
Yeah, do your thing.
Yeah.
Clerics and druids change your spells. Long rest.
Mhm.
That's your friendly reminder.
Oh yeah, let me change my spells.
Over the course of the night, after finding not much information on what he was trying to research prior, the other thing that Art would have worked on would have been to devise a means to acquire things remotely without having to actually physically touch it, and at some point during the night would come up with a breakthrough for a device with a duckbill attached to a spring that could essentially launch itself forward and then retract back.
Okay. Logan wants to know: is this a infusion, or is this something that you're attempting to make, or is this a spell?
This is Art's flavor of a mage hand cantrip.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to double check in case I had to make your rolls. But cool.
As soon as they hit like the edge of the swamp, like where there's like forest, just like as soon as they're clear of buildings. Okay. I have to go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm
Okay,
gonna go
well, be
behind
quick.
those trees. And Eden just takes off.
Be careful, Eden.
And be quick about it. And Perrin will then we'll keep walking, but at a slower pace.
Okay.
Eden will reach into her vase and pull out one of the flower buds. I hope this is what you're talking about. And she will place it on the ground by a tree, and kind of using druid craft will attempt to recreate some of the bramble that she knows to be familiar, and kind of root the bud in place.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a spell check.
Okay.
So it'd be plus whatever your spellcasting modifier.
That will then be a 21.
A 21. You watch as the bud begins to open. This one, the rose is like shades of greens and olives and a little bit more drab, but the rose opens up, and then where the bottom of the bulb of it was, you start to see the slow inklings of bramble roots start to take hold.
Don't be mad at me. Okay. And then she's just gonna turn and run really fast away from that spot. And back to the group. Okay, all better.
Okay, right, fine. I ask no questions and I expect no answers. And
No.
Perrin turns back and keeps walking.
All right. So as just a general point of order, you guys have a horse and buggy that you've left on the edge of the campus for about 3 days now.
Oh no.
3 sessions, not 3 days. What are you talking
No,
about?
it's been like 3 days.
It's like 2 days.
Ooze fight was 1 day.
Sure.
Oh no, it's been 2 days. You're right. It's been 2 days.
It's
Yeah.
a horse.
Okay, a day
She's
and a half.
fine.
A day and a half.
She's fine, dude. Okay.
Um,
Do we want to go back and get the gang? Do we
Yeah.
want to go get the horse,
But
make
you
it
have
fast? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
yeah, you have horse and
Okay.
some other stuff.
Oh, I forgot about the horse. I hope it's all right.
It's probably fine, right? Unless somebody ate her
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh no.
or
Poor
stole her
horsey.
or gave her a bad name.
Well, did the horse even have a name?
Oh, did it go through the desert?
I don't get it.
I don't know. I just remember hearing a story about a horse that was nameless going through a desert. I can't quite recall the exact specifics of it.
I don't think I'm familiar with that. Perrin, you know anything about it?
Nameless horse, desert. Not one that's on my tip of my tongue specifically.
Oh, that's surprising.
It wasn't a particularly interesting one. I kind of ended up skipping on through that one halfway through.
Mhm.
I can understand that. I mean, certain books that I read, sometimes it just doesn't capture your attention the same way as some others do. But, oh well.
Hmm. So, hey Finn.
Mhm.
Come here. And Eden will like lock arms with Finn and like pull her off to the side a bit. So, remember when I told you about those deities?
Oh, I'm pretty sure those are not deities. They sound so awful, and I'm
I
so
don't-
sorry you had to experience what you experienced being around them.
Well, I think they're looking for me, and I wanted to tell you because I thought you could keep it a secret and not tell everybody. But I think they're mad at me and they're looking for me, and I wanted to
Oh.
tell somebody so that we could keep an eye out.
Well, how did you learn about this information that they're after you?
They talked to me last night through my weasel.
Oh no. Is your Grim? Was it?
Mhm.
How was Grim?
It does. I don't think he realized it happened. He just kind of was back to normal.
Oh, do they seem like they're really trying to get you, or they're just like, I have my eye on you, that
It's
kind of
kinda-
thing?
It's like I have my eye on you. You took something from me, and I don't know what they're talking about. You should help this person be better. And so I did.
Well,
a
did you
thing.
take anything from them? Can you remember?
No, that I'm aware of. I mean, they taught me a bunch of stuff. But she doesn't really like me anyways, that one in particular. But they did give me this thing, and I put it in the ground because they said it would make them not mad at me. So we should not go back
What
to that spot.
can I what did you just pull out? Can I take a look?
It was a flower. But don't tell anybody, and we should just. I wanted to tell you so we can not go back to where I went to the bathroom.
Wait, so they said for you to plant a flower. That doesn't really sound that dangerous, but then they're mad at you. What kind of flower was like? What did they want you to do exactly?
I think the.
You said you had to help somebody.
I think it just they like them, and so they'll just spread them like it. I think it means they can go more places.
Like
but we should
teleportation, like being in one place and then boom in another area.
I'm not really sure.
Well, what do they look like? What should I be looking out for? I mean, we should know what our enemies look like.
Okay, so and that's the thing. That's why we're just not gonna go back to that spot. And you have to help me convince Perrin if we start going back to that spot to go to a different spot. But if we see like really pretty like ladies with like pale skin or green skin or like plants growing off of them, or feathers, or pointy fingers, we should just not go there.
Pointy fingers. Oh. Okay. All right. I really hate keeping secrets from Perrin.
But it is for their own good, and then we don't have to explain.
Well,
but it's only a secret for right now, until I know what's going on, and that way we keep everybody safe.
Okay, you promise, and let me know if you get contacted by these ladies with pale, maybe green, long-fingered plants growing out of their head or neck or whatever. Let me know, and yeah, just in case.
Or if you see like a really tall figure, definitely let me know then. But I don't think we're gonna see that.
Okay, I'm really worried about all this, but
it's more like they're watching, I think. So we're probably fine. I know you can help me keep a secret and help me make sure we just get out of here really fast.
All right, well, let's hope that this horse isn't dead or stolen and we can move a little bit faster than we would on our bare feet. Yeah.
Okay. And then Eden will like arms locked, like briskly walk back, just kind of like, that was good girl talk.
Yeah, we definitely didn't have any secrets or anything we were sharing with one another. Not at all. No. That reminds me. So I think, Perrin, you were talking about something about Sylvan. You wanted to learn Sylvan, right? So you can understand Eden a little bit better?
I can teach you guys or help.
Well, I found this. Well, this book isn't going to really be that helpful. But Perrin, if you need to know words here and there, if you want it, it's kind of like a dictionary for Sylvan, and get words here and there. It might be helpful. I can find a better book later.
But I can.
I'm sorry. I missed the part where I said I wanted to learn Sylvan.
You don't want to talk to me?
Maybe I misread lips. Anyway,
it's not, I already talked to you. Is this not enough? Do you need more?
No, I don't know all the words good in this one.
Well, if you just happen to have this book lying around, I wouldn't mind giving it a peruse.
Oh, well, here you go, Art.
Oh, thank you.
I have lots of languages, but this one's not the first one.
Yeah, I know a lot of them too.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Learning more languages will help me with my research, so I'm open to learning more.
And it allows you to get to know people from different areas and talk with them and such. And I'm learning Infernal right now. I'm still really bad at it, but hopefully I run across someone who can speak Infernal, and then I can practice a little bit more. That would be really helpful. We
I've
should get
just-
going. We should get going.
Yeah, we
Right,
should
And
really,
okay.
just
like,
about then,
fast.
you're at the horse and carriage.
Right.
Let's get in and go really fast
No,
in that
But
direction.
you guys get to the point where that barrier, that magical barrier is, and you step through. It's still kind of there. It's starting to look like it's been fading since you guys have came, and Caliana has been shifted away from being oblex Caliana. But as you pass through it, through that archway, you can see your cart there, right? It wasn't really more than a couple people could fit into it at a time. But your cart's there, the horse is there, and it looks like he's just been grazing and hanging out in your absence.
Oh,
But
here.
just-
Here we are. And Art's gonna walk on up to our horses, plural, singular. I don't remember.
Singular, horse.
Singular. Our horse. Oh, hello. Here you go. And is gonna hold up a very fruity smelling piece of butter.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh,
You get a D4 because of Eden's.
It doesn't matter. Natural 20.
Yeah, that horse. The horse just takes a sniff and just starts chomping away at it, which really isn't a chomp because after the first one, it just kind of turns to a paste, and then eventually just kind of chews it and just.
Wonderful.
watch it
If
swallow.
if the horse happened to, for some reason, not have been feeling too good in our absence, have some healing.
Okay. Yeah, he feels. You can see he's got a little bit more pep in his step now that he's eaten that butter or berry and fruit fused butter.
What does this horse look like?
Oh my gosh, I don't think I described it the first time. I think it's just a standard. It's like brown with some spots in it, but it's just a regular old horse. Nothing too spectacular. A little undergroomed, but fairly clean. Well built,
that we-
muscular.
Now that we have this horse, can we please carry on?
Yep, we should definitely carry on. Not for any reason.
Yeah,
You
we
are
need to hurry.
very suspicious little forest one.
Nobody's suspicious. Who's suspicious? You're not. Nobody's suspicious. Come on, Corvus. You're funny.
I
a
just want
terrible
to-
liar.
I just really want to go find these flowers.
Get
These-
flowers.
Yeah, no, Corvus. Yep. Let's go to the flowers. And Perrin is like actively ignoring his sister being completely sus and is just wanting to keep everything moving.
Okay. Who is driving the cart?
I would like to try to see because I have pretty good animal handling.
Okay.
I will assist you.
Okay.
We will be in the front.
And then who is guiding or dictating which way you are going?
Eden.
So you-
That's probably Ripley, but like
Not here. Can't say shit.
Can I?
If Eden, if you're guiding, then you can't help with the driving.
I was gonna say, if we're gonna have Ripley be guiding us, could I offer assistance based off of my research and what we're looking for?
Okay, fine. I'll assist with the animal handling.
I got a 19, by the way.
That was with Eden's helping you, so with advantage.
Okay, let's try
Just to
again.
see if you can get higher, and then if you're gonna Art, why don't you make the survival roll then for the guide portion?
19 is still higher.
And then Corvus and Perrin, both of you roll me perceptions.
There doesn't happen to be any sort of advantage or anything on that, is there? I
He's
know I have the
since
D4, but
yeah, since the two of you are together and he's helping you, you would roll with advantage with the D4.
thank goodness. Here's hoping that D4. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good.
A whole solid 7. Good job.
Actually, yes.
Oh wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the advantage, the higher of the rolls plus the 1 I rolled on the D4 adds up to a 7.
Proud of you.
Oh man.
Cool. Cool.
Oh
Cool.
boy.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
The
Told
22
you it should have been me.
Very
for Corvus's perception.
well. Ripley would have fought that through and through. So I think this is the role that you guys
This
deserve.
is true.
This is the role you needed, not the one you deserved. But between Fenara, you got what was in a 19, or did you get higher in the second one?
No, it was 19.
So
the
19 for
highest.
that. Art got a 7. Corvus, what'd you get on your perception?
22.
22. Perrin, were you going to roll perception as well, or nah? All right,
Yeah.
cool. You
Solid
guys,
response.
travel a good portion of the day, right? You can see Swagat off to your east as you are making your way northward. You get to the point where you're now past Swagat and you're continuing following the road. You connect with the road that heads up to Shymore, as that's probably the easiest form of travel for you all right now with your cart, and the fact that the swamps around you are very dense and treacherous. Art, you get to a point where you're looking and you're like, if we veer off here, we might be able to hit one of the main offshoots of the central scars, and so you lead.
Yeah, this seems about right.
And so you lead Fenara and the horse kind of in that direction. And as you do, you hear the horse just giving a whinny as it sinks about to its chest. The cart rolls in to the point where Eden and Fenara, the two of you now, are almost sitting on top of this bog layer.
Oh dear. We need some help. We're sinking.
Eden will
Well
jump
done.
out towards the back, and I would like to utilize Thorn Whip to reach up under the horse and try to help it back up out. Specifically, just back up, but she's just trying to help the horse.
Mm-hmm.
And so the vines come out from her hands and are reaching up under the horse as she's trying to kind of lift and just help pull back.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a spell attack. You're not going to do damage since you're using it in a cosmetic way.
Okay, that's a 16.
Yeah, pretty easily enough. You watch as a group of thorns, one wraps around almost like a collar, like the lead. Another wraps around the chest and the front legs as it starts to turn and pull the horse. The horse is now starting to turn. The cart is shifting and turning with it, which now means it's about to the midsection where it's now kind of on the top of this bog layer. The horse... You're fucking shitting me. Horse rolls better. The best roll that I've rolled with Umbral Oculus dice. Rolled a 16 total. I don't have a horse stat up in front of me, but I imagine they're pretty strong. And is with combined with your thorns able to pull out. It takes you guys a few minutes to get the remainder of the cart out and back onto at least that little strip of drier, more stable land. But you guys are out. You guys are fine, and you can continue on your way.
Oh.
That was worrisome, to say the least.
That was a little close there. Good there, Eden. Thank you.
Keep the horse on the trail, please.
That's what I'm trying to do.
We were keeping the horse on the trail, but the trail disappeared.
It's also not the first time I've had to pull horses out of bogs because the people used to think it was funny.
Oh.
Well, that
I
was
have
wonderful. Shall we carry on?
so many questions. Yes, let's keep this going. Darling, and he puts his hand on his sister's shoulder. Keep the horse focused. And I'm going to give her a bardic inspiration.
All right.
Well, I trust that Dusky will stay on the trail. He's very strong, as you saw.
Dusky?
Yeah, he look, to me, he gives off a vibe of Dusky.
Dusky or Dusty? DM is
Dusky.
asking because now he has to put this name in his notes.
With a K.
Dusky.
Dusky,
With a K.
like dusk, like
dusk,
dusk,
and
like
add a Y. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
I see that. Oh, what do you think, Dusky? Is that something you like?
yeah. It's a horse. It doesn't
I
give much
promise
of a
to
reaction.
properly groom you whenever we're not taking care of things like we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you that look of like you should give me a bath too while you're at it. Now that's like just covered in swamp water and mud and
Yeah,
I know.
I'm better at fixing machines, but maybe we can figure out a path when we get somewhere safe. I don't know.
Right now, do anybody spotting any of these things that we're supposed to be looking for?
I don't know. Let me look.
Corvus, I will say you had over 20 from what I recall.
Yep.
You are scanning the horizon to your northeast as this trail is kind of continuing forward, and the only sign of trees that you can see, I mean, there are some pretty dense series of forests around you, but if you're looking for a larger, more prominent tree, the only thing that you can see, maybe because of your more eagle-eyed heritage, way off in the distance is a handful of trees that stand above the rest.
And in theory, what plant we're looking for would be in that cluster type.
Mm-hmm. They usually are on older trees that have a better source of water. So yeah, those would be the kinds of clusters that you'd be looking for. Taller, bigger, yeah.
Chorus will approach cautiously, as one does.
It's like way the hell out there, like miles.
Yeah, no. Corvus season is goes a little bit more distance. In this area, what we're looking for would need to be in our closest proximity of trees. That direction is our best bet.
Does it look like there's a road that we can take, or do we need to hoof it?
More likely than not, you probably could go another till right before sunset, give or take, setting up camp for the night to get even with it, and then hoof it laterally. That would be what would you guys would imagine to be the shortest distance. It's not, because A squared B squared.
Yeah.
But time wise, it's easier to take a road and then cut through than to just cut all the way through.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
Y'all are that smart. Also, Ripley's there, so I'm Ripleying for you.
Yeah, Cillian. Yeah, sure.
Ripley's take the road, idiots, and then
Hey, but I got the reins.
Well, we can always
I got the
go
brain.
and
He's got the brains.
You got the reins, I've got the brains. Enough.
we can set up camp down there, and then in the morning, I guess, we just cut across.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Mm-hmm.
If you wish.
If
We
that's
do that.
if that's the case, Fanara, go ahead and give me one more animal handling check with advantage.
Wow. All right, that's a 21.
With 21, yeah, you're perfect, pristine. Looking around, generally, the passive perception of this group is pretty high. And so scanning the horizon, it comes to a point where the trail leads off to a side shoot trail, and you can see off in the distance next to a cluster of smaller trees, almost like a bog orchard of sorts. You can see a small cottage. Simultaneously, as you're approaching this cottage, you see a handful of people over by what looks to be some sort of livestock pen, and a couple in the field, one with like a scroll or some sort of parchment in their hands as they're like scanning and like almost surveying from the distance you can see. And from out of the woods, you see this giant insectoid-looking creature, this long extended neck, large carapace body, 6 feet, come stamping out and bite the surveyor in the shoulder. He lifts him up, shakes him out really quick, and drops him to the ground and takes one of its front appendages, which has this giant, almost like axe-like pincer on the front of it, and stabs it through the body.
Holy shit. All right.
Oh, Dusky.
With your
that's not
with
good.
your 21, you have enough of control over Dusky where you could put him in a high enough trot to get there, or at least get where I can do this thing over here.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So we're heading that
Let's
way.
go.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Whoa, Dusky, let's go.
I will say, as we're heading that way, Corvus will start to like cough violently, and there will be a shadow of Corvus slowly forming next to him as they're moving.
Okay. And so what we're gonna do really quick, I'm gonna have you all roll initiative.
Shadows.
Perrin was gonna say something.
As I do this,
It's like, what is
and
Perrin
I'm
gonna do?
gonna,
Oh my
I'm gonna
god.
open up this beautiful book here.
Oh yeah.
Oh
golly.
no.
Yeah, what page is
I
it?
don't
I gotta
like
find the page. To this page. I'm not gonna, I don't have a cart. That's the one thing I need is this cart.
Yep,
a
this
cart.
this tracks. This tracks what I just
Yep.
rolled. Yep.
Yep.
You can only do. I had reins, and you
You were
said
busy.
to go do the thing, and there we go. All right. Nat one. Yep. Good time.
That's great. Okay.
So for a total 3. Yeah. We're gonna die. We're gonna
Well,
die.
I rolled a 14 at least.
That's good. Maybe we won't die.
Perrin, if you want, since you're the one I trust the most, hop on Ripley. Hop on Ripley. If he has,
Sure.
if he has that stuff up.
Since you're the one I
Let me
trust the most.
just.
Well, he's the
Yeah.
one I
love-
trust the most to run 2 characters that are spellcasters
Well, yeah,
simultaneously.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
about to
yeah.
say, you mean the person that knows how to.
I also love that you went Perrin, hop on Ripley.
Listen, your tomatoes, whatever your preference. I don't judge.
Hey.
He's got no preferences. I mean, I didn't say that
Oh,
loud.
Ayo.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I've got it.
Oh, damn it, Corvus, we need to get you a body double.
Yeah, we do need to give me a body double.
I'm gonna use this D20 for now because actually we'll use this dead guy.
We'll use this dead
We'll use
guy.
this dead guy. 'Cause he's,
I
already,
do need a stunt double.
he's already dead. So we'll use that. We'll use the stunt double. And actually, let me turn that up just a little. You guys are way far out there, so I apologize. But you guys are back here. That
Sure.
creature is right there. The dead guy is at his feet. There's another guy who is with that surveyor who's like freaking the fuck out, yelling and screaming, beginning to run away. You guys can see over by the pig pen, or like the livestock pen, there are 2 individuals. One looks to be a young girl. And then as you guys are getting that point of approach, you see this female half-orc with a short bow come out and move over to across to where this bridge is, and take a couple of shots. The first one glances off the carapace of this creature. And the second one hits it in the leg, but it doesn't seem to do a whole lot of damage. As she's yelling for those that are in the fields to come back.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I need to get encounter things together.
Yeah.
Art.
I rolled a 19.
All right, Ripley.
14.
Ooh, Perrin.
4.
Hey,
Do you
sibling love, you
Cool.
know. We're just
Corvus.
connected.
16.
Fenara.
3.
Eden.
14.
14.
Mm.
All right, you have higher dex than Ripley, so you're going before Ripley.
Yes, she does.
And then let me roll.
It's not hard.
What number is
Old
that?
man Ripley.
What number is that? That's a 5. Okay. 5. Okay, that's good. So that's sure. All right. Also, for those of you who are watching, barefoot in the chat for your chance to win this beautiful D20 right here. But I'll be rolling. I'll be rolling right now, so hopefully it doesn't go too
Just so you know, there's a gear on the inside of that dude.
Oh, there is. Yeah, there is.
It's an artificer die.
I may want to keep that. I may keep that. I mean, what? Yeah. First up, Art.
How far away is this thing?
Count them squares.
Like 60 feet away.
60. Perfect. Okay. Here goes nothing. And Art's gonna pull one of his pockets and is gonna probably drop a couple of weird odds and ends out of his pocket as he's just hastily reaching in trying to get it as the cart is just and Art is going to and off into the air is going to go a mechanical duck figurine heading towards said terrible beastie. Does a math is hard 15 hit?
A 15 does hit. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Wonderful. It is going to collide with said terrible beastie, and out of curiosity, is said terrible beastie a creature size medium or higher?
It is. This would be designated huge.
Huge. Wonderful.
Yeah, he's a beefy boy.
That's not so bad.
So Furia the Small is going to kick in for an additional 3 damage. So 3 plus 7 is going to make 10 as the duck bomb explodes on said terrible beastie.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool. 1 second. Corvus.
60 feet away.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, for you it'd be 55.
That's okay. So I'm assuming it's about 30 feet from the water separating, right?
Give or take the middle of it, yeah.
Okay.
You want to get to the water, or you want to get to the?
I want to confirm if how easy it would be. Is it easy enough running water I can make it across, or is this like?
It'd be
water, I gotta
considered.
be careful.
It'd be considered difficult terrain. This is it's boggier. I mean, it's a stream and it's flowing water, but it's still got those bits of like you step in it weird and you'll get stuck.
All right, and okay, it's only like I can go across pretty easily. So, Corvus is going to run towards the water as far as I can make it, my 30 feet of movement. As the shadowy figure kind of fully materializes as another version of Corvus, will stand 15 feet in front of me and drift closer to this creature.
There you go.
And as it stands in front of the creature, with this coiled shadow in its hand, it forwards like a shadow dagger that turns into a spear, and it will stab using one of my weapons to attack, as I attack from my echo's location.
You'll use your echo. You'll echo your echolocation.
And confirming, there's no other creatures next to it, right?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Then that's a 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
That'll be 9 points. No, it's going to be -4. 6 points of piercing damage.
6 points of piercing damage. It is done. You pull this dagger, or your echo pulls this dagger like out, laces around. It slashes into the hardened pincers at the front of it, cutting a gash into it. Nothing too serious, but it takes a second to look at it, and like you can see it's visibly hurt.
And that's it.
My Amazon didn't like that. I can't say that word in front of them. They'll go off. Jeff Bezos, if you're watching this. Awesome. After you, Eden.
Okay, so Eden's eyes will again ink over black with red irises as she's glaring at this thing. She will cough, and as she coughs, a moth like pops out of her mouth and lands on her hands, and she takes it between her fingers, holds it out in front of her, and snaps with the wings, whispering something in Sylvan. And with that, like, there's a fluttering in the woods all around them, and all of these moths come swarming in, focused in on this insect, as a 10-foot radius sphere will appear on the large insect's location. And so this swarm of moths begins to like turn into just a sphere that is encompassing this. So it is heavily obscured. Just FYI, in that little 10-foot radius, like to where it's not on anybody but the bug.
I'll put that over there.
And then I needed to make a dexterity saving throw as a swarm of moths is summoned.
Dexterity saving throw. That's a natural 1. You're going, no, not using you anymore.
Okay. Then it takes 14 points of piercing damage because I rolled really good. And then every turn that it starts in and it's in the sphere, it has to make that dexterity.
At the start of its turn.
Yeah,
cool.
It's when it enters it for the first time or starts its turn there.
Cool.
But yeah, and then Eden is just making death glares at the bar.
All right. At this point, now it was eyeing the farmhand that was there, but when it gets hit by this dagger, and then all of a sudden this swarm of moths just starts eating it and tearing into its carapace. Its eyes, it shifts toward the two of you at this point. Let's see. Ripley is up.
Yeah, so me practicing my ukulele, thinking I'm muted. So it's within 60 feet of Ripley, correct?
Yeah.
So Ripley pulls out, let's see, what do you have in your inventory, buddy? Oh, yeah, that's an interesting concept. We'll do that. Ronan can fix this in post. So he pulls out a pipe and starts to like chuff on it a little bit, but instead of the smoke that would come out of a pipe, he like flicks the tip of it, and you hear like this ringing, this high pitch, really loud ringing. I don't know if we've affected their minds one way. Maybe we'll try another. I'd like a wisdom saving throw, please, from the spider. DC 14.
Yeah, no. All right, this one's going over there too.
Cool.
Oculus dice. Yeah.
Dang. So I have, I've cast Toll the Dead,
Okay.
and because he's taken damage, he would be. Well, D12 doesn't help me much here, but it takes 3 necrotic damage.
3 necrotic damage. Awesome. Cool.
Yep.
On your turn, or on to its turn, or when you hear a high-pitched screech, almost like a as through the bush coming down this other lane, you see a second one of these charging the archer.
Get fucked.
Let's see, he's gonna make. Ooh, that's good. That will hit. Can you roll a d20 for me, Perrin? Since you're the last one to go. 4.
That was a 2.
A 2. So you watch as this thing charges, and instead of going into bite into the shoulder, it drops its head, where it has this long, almost like crown to it, and it lifts up and hits the top of it hits the half orc in the gut as she goes flying and falls prone. It then is going to step down with one of its claws, and the half orc just manages to lift up its shoulder and roll out of the way as the claw comes slamming down.
Beautiful.
But the second one now is going to make its dexterity saving throw for your moths.
Oh, the mouse.
That's nope. Jeez, that's a 2. So no. Go ahead and roll your damage.
It's 13.
Holy shit.
I like my dice today.
yeah.
You can say what you want
It's
to.
going
but
to charge.
Wow.
What's that? 5, 10, 15, 20. Here. And it's going to turn and try to flip.
So I get an opportunity attack, right?
No, it's because of the size. It stayed base to base with your echo.
Oh, I thought my echo was the blue thing. Okay.
No, the blue thing is Eden's
The moths.
moths.
Got it.
But it's going to attempt to make an attack roll on your echo. That's going to be a.
I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, I can-
We're gonna have to rename my
You heard it here first, folks.
your
Siri?
No, I can't change it. I can't change it to Alexa because I have the.
We'll just change my.
I'll just
my thing
unplug
to a
it. I'll just
shadow.
unplug it from now on. Your shadow.
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Yes, your Phoenix.
Phoenix.
I like it.
It is my Phoenix.
Echo.
That's
stop
going to be
listening.
a 16 to hit your Phoenix.
That's literally that hits.
I misheard it that time.
That will be. Did I?
It
What?
doesn't matter. It has one hit point.
Yeah, it just goes.
Yeah, it just goes. Whoomp. And it like stands there and it stares for a second, and then realizes that it's gone, and is just gonna turn toward you, Corvus. And that's its turn. Who's next? Let's see. Perrin, your turn.
Oh no.
At the bottom.
Don't. Yeah. Yep. Just like parents should be at the bottom.
Finara's on deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Yep. Okay. Interesting choices. These things move like quickly, yeah?
It looks like these things, for their size, have incredible speed. Yeah.
Got it. That would be a bad choice then, I think. Yeah, let's not do that. Well, no, we're gonna hold off. So I'm going to pull out my loot, and there was a mention of a horse with no name on a desert, and it just brought me to something not what you're thinking, but something somewhat different. Just as on a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, the warm smell of colitas rising through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. This one's a difficult chord. I had to stop for the night. For Vicious Mockery.
No, that's a fail.
Okay.
Alright, that's a good thing I have like 12 d20s sitting here.
Oh, great. Yeah, 1 psychic damage. Gotta love that.
One side, but it has disadvantage on attack rolls.
It does on its next attack.
On its next attack roll. Yeah.
Yep. So that's going to be his action. Bonus action. Yeah, you still have your bardic inspiration?
Mm-hmm.
Corvus. And 1d6 of bardic inspiration to Corvus as parents gesturing bardic inspiration continues.
All right. Any move? Do you want to move at all?
No, I'm not getting closer to that nonsense. Are you kidding me?
Cool. Finara.
Okay, and then the one, can you point out the one that Perrin just did vicious mockery on?
This guy? Yeah, the guy back here. The one that you guys have all been hitting. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's still up.
Yeah,
right?
it's looking. You guys are starting to. It looks like it's been getting whittled quite a bit.
Okay, but
Yeah.
the basically, I'm trying to see because I'm like it's hard for me to see on the screen. Where am I located with with Dusky?
You're back here. You're this guy right back here. Actually, I can do. Did that help? Did that?
Yes. Okay, perfect.
Right.
Okay, I see it now. Okay, so yeah, in that moment, Finara is like, "Oh, holy Evandra, give me your strength!" And then she's gonna like kind of spread out her fingers, and there's a really bright beam of light that shoots out in a very bright golden color, and it's going to basically try to hit the same creature. And let's see, there we're going to try to make sure that we use inspiration, you guys. Okay, so does a 14?
A 14 hits. Yes.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Okay. So yes, that was her guiding bolt. So basically, what you'll see, that's our first level. That basically, once it hits, it almost kind of ricochets as if it's like turned to water. But it tries to pierce through the center mass of this thing. And let me roll for damage. Ooh. Oh, well, now. Okay, so that's 18 points of damage.
Yeah, this thing smacks in, and you watch a chunk of the carapace on its back just crack and break. And it turns, and it looks, and it just lets out this super, super high pitch shriek that makes you guys almost cover your ears or like bend down for a hot second and recoil from it. It's looking pretty rough at this point.
It's still up.
It is still up. Oh, thank you, D'Angelo. Anything as your bonus action?
No. Okay. Ooh. No, I think I'm gonna just stay with Dusky and stay safe where I'm at. So we're good. We're good.
All right.
Curse of Will Wheaton upon you, D'Angelo. Curse of Will Wheaton.
Cool. Art, back up to the top. We got.
Do I see the individual that's on the ground getting attacked by the thing?
Yeah, I'd say you guys are able to, like, you guys can see the whole situation as it's happening, yeah.
And Art's gonna scurry on over in that direction. Do I have enough movement to get within 30 feet?
What do you have, 30 feet of movement?
Yes. 30 feet of the individual on the ground.
From the person on the ground, yeah. You're about
Okay.
20, you're about 25 from him now. 25, 30 from him now.
Here! Ugh. And Art's going to throw a brownish, yellowish substance over towards the individual on the ground, which, upon exposure to air, is going to begin to rapidly expand until it lands over the individual on the ground and forms a strangely sweet-smelling bubble around them. And the creature attacking it is going to find that this weird honey, sweet smelling sanctuary is going to dissuade them from attacking said individual.
All right.
I hope that works, but I have other priorities. And Art's gonna quickly reach into the other pocket and haphazardly throw another wind-up duck at the first creature that we were attacking prior.
Yeah, and it's advantage because of the
It is
guiding bolt.
It is at advantage.
Oh, wonderful. Good thing, too, because that first roll was awful. The second roll is much better. How was a 24 to hit?
A 24 to hit. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Good stuff.
Love to hear it.
That was a 10 on the die. So
Holy smokes. It explodes in its face, and you watch as a portion of that crown like chips and breaks. It's starting now to sink into the mud and the mire that is there, looking very, very tired.
Jeez.
but not dead.
But not dead.
Oh my goodness.
You're getting close. Corvus.
The other spider-like creature it's in front of a creature that's not dead, right? The thing on the guy on the ground's not dead.
Correct.
That is an enemy of it on the ground. Okay. How far am I from it? That one?
35.
35? That's far. That's close enough. Corvus is going to use my his motion to get around, to try to get out of the water, but staying engaged with the creature, so I'm not in that water. And will once again cough as this wispy, shadowy figure will form 15 feet between me and the other spider creature, as that shadowy thing will drift towards the other one.
Is that how you wanted? You wanted to be out of the water?
No, I want to be out of the water, but still engage with my creature, because I'm still going to fight.
And then keep this guy 15 feet from.
And then my echo will be going for the other guy. So I'm going to first swing on this one in front of me. That is a 17.
17 will hit.
That's going to be 9 points of piercing damage.
9 points. You slash one of the front claws, and it falls to where its head is just right on the surface of the water. It takes its other arm and is trying its hardest to stand up.
All right. Well, I am going to unleash Incarnate, which allows me to, with that attack, my echo can attack. It's going to attack the other one that's lurking over the dude and by the sanctuary.
Yep.
Love Echo Knights.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it.
That's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
A dirty 20 will 100% hit.
And since it's within an enemy, I don't have disadvantage. This counts for sneak attack.
It does count for sneak attack.
Which is beautiful. That's going to be 15 points of slashing damage from that.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah.
And then I'm going to action surge.
Nice.
And I'm going to attack this same creature in front of me.
All right, go for it.
That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Get it.
It's going to be another 9 piercing from Corvus.
9 piercing. How do you kill it?
So moving across the water, I'm going to take my whip and snap it at each of the legs, severing the joints, watching as the body drops. As I use it and wrap around to whip myself on top of it, kind of like a pole vault, to jab my dagger into the back of its head.
Corvus can't do that.
And then turn my head over and just stare at the other one.
All right. One down and dead and sinking slowly into the muck and mire. You turn to the other one.
And I can use the rest of my Echo's movement to get it within melee range. I want it to be within 5 feet of the other creature.
Within 5 feet. Cool.
Yep.
Yep, you can do that. Awesome.
And that is all Corvus can do.
Eden. You're muted.
Okay, so. Okay. As a bonus action, for one, the swarm of moths will move 20 feet towards the other one as like Eden's hand like just waves. The swarm begins to roll, and it only affects hostile creatures. So as they pass through other people, nothing happens. And then I have to make a decision. If I move 30 feet, can I be within 60 feet of the buddy?
Yeah, you'd be within like 30.
I would be within 30 feet,
Correct.
you say?
Correct.
Okay.
Give or take
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Awesome. Okay, let me pull up my baby spell then. Hold on just a second. I have so much stuff going on over here.
You are fine. Ripley is on deck.
Yep. Oh, I already know. I've got him all wrapped up in my head already. Thank you.
Okay. And then with that, so Eden will begin just briskly marching towards, like, eyes locked on this second one, like death stare, hand held out, like towards the swarm. As she walks past, she will pull one of the twigs out of her hair with the other hand, and again saying something under her breath in Sylvan. Her hands will split open and these vines will lash out, specifically casting this at 2nd level. So I will be making 3 spell attacks.
Yeah, go for it.
So that is going to be a 14, 16, and a 9 plus 6.
That all 3 will hit.
Okay, cool. And then I also need them to make strength saving throws for each of those.
Does your thing designate size?
Oh wait, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's large.
Is it
Beca-
large or smaller?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
So then
Whatever.
I would not need to
That's
make that.
dumb.
then.
That's stupid.
It's not. That's dumb. No, it's not. It's a spell.
Okay,
Yeah.
well that's 8 points for one of those
Mm.
of piercing, 5 points for another, and then for the last one, I need an extra d4. That's only 6 points of
6
piercing.
points. So these vines come whipping out and start cutting and tearing into the chest and under carapace of this creature. It looks up and just glares at you, glares at Art, glares down at this creature that's below it, and just kind of shakes its head and moves its eyes back toward the two of you, Ripley. Or actually, bonus action. No, bonus action was move your clouds. Movement, action, Ripley.
As he takes his eyes to the two of them, Ripley just puts up a hand and then pulls the pinky back, spreads the fingers wide, and just he jerks his hand back, and 3 magic missile darts comes out of his hand.
Go for it. You got a 1,
I'm
didn't you?
so sorry, Ronan. Yeah, I did. So 2 times 3 is 6 force damage.
6 force damage. Boom, boom, boom. It slams into him. Now this thing, just at this point, turning and eyeing everything. Bonus action for Ripley.
Don't believe Ripley has bonus actions. No.
Nope.
Cool. All right. It is now its turn. Art, is the thing that you did to it the thing that I think you did?
It is a very sweet smelling sanctuary.
All right. In that case, it's going to get thrown off its scent, and it's going to bull rush the two of you. Your echo gets an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, it
Corvus?
does.
Question
If it
mark.
Yeah, it does.
It's
If
been
it
a
was
while
5
since
feet away
I've-
from my echo. That'll be a dirty 20 to hit.
A dirty 20 will hit.
And
Yeah.
That technically was still sneak attack
It
because
is still sneak attack.
It's a new
because
turn.
It's a new turn.
Yep.
Correct.
That's a good roll. That's max. So that's gonna be 16 points of piercing damage.
16 points of
Yeah.
damage. You slash out one of the back legs from it as it's running toward Eden and Art. It's going to make a attack at you, Art, as it's dropping its head and attempting to do that similar situation. How does a 18 sound?
Put that shit out right now. Please roll again.
Gotta love cutting words.
It's not cutting words.
No.
Even
This is
better.
silvery barbs.
That's a 9 plus 9 for an 18 again.
Oh, son of a bitch. I'm sorry.
That just might hit. I appreciate the effort though.
Oh.
You, Art, are gonna take.
Oh no.
Oh shit. 15 points of force damage or of bludgeoning
7
damage
temporary health points. 7
as
temporary
as it picks you
Oh,
up.
was
I
there
need-
7? Yeah, that's right.
As it picks you up, I need you to make a strength save.
Oh, it's a good thing I'm good at those. Well, that was actually not a bad roll on the die. 18?
18. You manage to pull your frying pan out last minute and like get it to block the blow, and like as you fall back, you steady yourself, and it does not knock you prone. Damn. Cool.
Thank you, Umbral Oculus Dice. Thank you, Umbral Oculus Dice.
This guy is gonna stand up. He's gonna take a shot with his with a short bow. What is that? Wow, that's a natural one. You watch as he pulls back, and the string just snaps in his hand. The arrow goes flying, and she just goes, "Damn it!" And she pulls out a short sword and charges. Uses the rest of her movement to get up the backside.
Was that the one that was on the ground?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the sanctuary ends then because they made an attack.
It does, yep.
Yeah.
Aww.
Farm people are very smart.
That's well, I mean, them's the breaks sometimes.
But there are.
So the
a good
honeycomb
number
just
of you
basically
who are
crumbles
vigilant.
apart as they make that attack.
Mm-hmm.
She looks down and she's just like confused at what's on her. Perrin, it's your turn.
Oh, really perfect. I have been waiting for this moment. I pull my loop back around, and illusory razor blades start to like dance around Perrin. As he looks over at this other spider, it just starts singing, "Kill yourself if you're able. Then give a little kiss to an oncoming dream. You'll kill yourself. It's over, mullet. There's a trigger, pull it. Get it through your head and it being a bullet." This
This is an actual song?
yes.
Oh, God.
Oh my god!
All right, where need it? All right.
I'm looking that up later.
What do I need to do?
Wisdom save.
I mean,
Just
I know
look
what I
up
need
Bo
to do.
Burnham. Bo Burnham.
Oh, it's Bo Burnham. That
It's
makes
Bo
more
Burnham.
sense
That
now.
makes more
That all
sense.
makes so much sense now.
That's a 10, so no.
That's a fail. That's 4 psychic damage.
Huh.
And it has disadvantage on the next attack it makes.
All right. Whew. Okay. Bonus action, anything? Perrin?
No.
Also,
good.
Corvus, kill it. I smushed it a little for you.
Appreciate it.
Cool. No, you're not. You're staying right where you're at. So, Finn, all right, your turn.
Finn, while her brother is singing that, it's like, "That's a new one. Art, are you okay?"
A little winded, but I'm fine. As puffs of raspberry flavored smoke come out of him.
And in that moment, she's gonna like grasp her hands together and be like, "Heal him, please." And then when she whispers that, she's basically doing healing word. So that would be 6 healing back to Art.
Dang, nice. Oh, those are some nice words. Thank you.
Oh, it worked. Now to get to the issue at hand, and she's gonna take her crossbow from where it was strapped onto her back, and she's going to try to aim it, kind of squinting one eye, and let's hope that she does not miss.
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay, so that is. That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Where is my bag? Give me my D8. God dang it. All right, that's only 4 points of damage.
Hey, 4 points of damage is 4 points of damage. It slams into it, and it looks for a second at it, bites the end of it, and rips it out and throws it into the little bit of swamp water that's there. And he watches it just kind of sinks, but it looks like it hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did some damage. Movement at all? Or are you good? You stand there?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not moving. Me and Dusky are right there, just hanging out.
Just hanging out. All right, cool.
Hanging out.
Art, back up to you. Corvus on deck.
Cool. So we don't like how close to us this thing is right now, so we're gonna go ahead and use our bonus action to nimbly escape, aka disengage, to get not in melee range of this thing. And as we're running, and we're gonna chuck our cast iron behind us as we're running toward the thing.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Well, I think we're a little distracted by this whole situation. That was a 6.
6, yeah. No, you sling it. And as you do, you watch as the one of the pincers comes down, and it just bounces right off, but it comes back to your hand pretty easily.
Well, I have to work on the calculations on that. And yeah, let's put like a good, 30 feet between us and it, please.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Put you back almost where you started.
Sure, great.
Cool. All right. Corvus.
How far is Phoenix from this thing?
Your Phoenix is 5, 10, 15, 20, like 25 feet away.
I'd like to use that extra. It can move it 30 feet. I'm gonna move it extra 5 to just go 5 feet off the ground vertically. So it'll be next to it, but like 5 feet up too.
That works. Cool.
And it's going to attack. Damn, so close to 19 on the die.
Mm-hmm. I can safely say that hits.
Sneak attack. That's 13. 15 points of piercing damage.
You smack into it again. You watch as your Phoenix, I was about to say it, your Phoenix cracks into the upper shell of this creature, sticks, and like is semi-tethered to it, but you know your Phoenix well enough to know it can pull itself through if it wanted to.
Okay. Bonus action, no. We're not doing that. No, that'll be it for... Corvus is actually going to move along the water to stay about 10 feet from this thing, though. However close I can get without getting into the water.
That's about as close as you can get.
Okay.
Yeah. You're about
And that's
15
it for
feet,
Corvus.
but you're not bad. Cool. Eden.
Okay, so Eden will move her hand and motion to have the moths approached by 20 feet as much. Is there any chance of me getting the bugger back in the bugs?
No. The closest you can get right now is about 10 feet.
It is a 10-foot radius.
It's a 10-foot radius. Then from where it would be...
Like, I don't want it to be obscuring my vision if at all possible, but I want it to be...
It would be if the closest... It would have to come through you and the echo, like where...
Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah,
we're good
but
with that.
I'd say it would hit. Yeah, that works.
Okay, then I need a dexterity saving throw, or well, no, it would.
No, it's at the start of its turn because it's when.
Well, yeah, because that's the freaking semantics of that. It's like when it enters it for the first time or starts its turn there.
So
So however you want to roll that.
I'd say when you cast it initially, I'll give it to you,
And
but then future castings, it's at the start of the turn, or future like when you move it, it's at the start of the turn.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the way I would roll it too. And then so the moths will begin to swarm, and as they are doing that, Eden is muttering under her breath as her nails kind of grow and her fingers elongate, and she's kind of whispering something in Sylvan in like this really sickly deep melody, and like is clearly there's some kind of weird cursing thing going on, and I need it to make a wisdom saving throw as Eden casts Dissonant Whisper.
Wisdom.
Yes, please.
What is with? That's like the third net. Actually, no. I have an inspiration. I'm using
Love
it.
me, magical dice, baby.
Hey, that's better. That's that's not much better. Yeah, no wisdom. That's a 12.
Nope.
Yeah. Thank you, Dee, for at least trying.
It's okay. So thank you, D'Angelo. Will Wheaton on you. So that is 9 points of psychic damage as Eden is cursing this creature.
You see it look up. It's starting to shake its head at the moths, biting at a few of them, and then that hits, and you watch as this kind of like greenish blood starts dripping from where its eyes were. Anything else for your turn? Cool. Ripley. Stick out your tongue. Sounds better.
Right. How well does this thing look?
On a scale of 1 to its total HP, it's really, 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 really low.
Right. Ripley will flick the tip of the pipe again, and I'll ask you for another wisdom saving throw, please.
Hey, is that what I think it is? That's an 18.
I would really like it if you didn't. Please roll that again and make it take the lower roll.
That's a 17.
Fuck.
Umbral Oculus really hates whatever spell that is.
It's Silvery Barbs, which is a fun spell if it would work.
Darn.
So Toll the Dead, like the bell rings, it does nothing. And off we go.
All right. It is now its turn. It's going to make its dexterity saving throw. Oh, fuck yes. 16, let me double check its dex. 16. So half damage. What's the half? As the moths are starting to swarm, eat. You just roll fucking max damage.
Yeah, you still take 10 points of damage.
Yeah. How the moths kill it?
So, like, as it's beginning to rear up to attack, all of a sudden the moths just, like, swarm in and find, like, a crack in the carapace, and you can see all of the moths just diving in, and then eventually, like, there's just a burst as these moths come spewing out of its mouth and other orifices, in this really sickly little bug-on-bug action.
All right. As the moths dig in, bite, start eating the insides before coming out in this almost beautiful, like, breaking of a cocoon, right? You all take a minute to relax or a moment to breathe. The half-orc standing there plunges the short sword in behind the neck one more time just to be sure. Thank you. We wouldn't have been around for very long if it wasn't for you folk.
Eden says nothing. It just looks up with her black eyes, like, and kind of seemingly seems unable to, like, snap out of it as the moths are still, like, chilling for a second.
Okay. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ugh.
Just the way you yelled at it, I love it.
That was a natural 1.
For a brief moment, as the moths are moving and fluttering, you're staring almost mesmerized at them. You think for a moment you see him, and then the moths start to dissipate.
Sorry.
I believe we can continue on our way.
That was a neat trick. Oh, I might. And Art's gonna approach the body of this thing. Does it have like a particularly like hard carapace?
I would say so, yeah.
Would it be possible to like break off some of it?
Give me a survival check. But you have you don't have your... Oof.
Temp HP.
You don't have your temp HP anymore, do you?
No, I do not.
No, so it'd just be a normal roll.
That will be a 13.
A 13. How big of a chunk are you looking to get?
Like
Goblin size.
Like a
goblin size.
Like a shoulder width stuff. I'd say
Sure, why not?
You're able to get one. There aren't a lot of clean cuts, so there are portions where like it's jagged in one place, or you've cut too deep, and there's like a little bit of a split in the piece that you've gotten. But you do have a roughly the size piece that you want.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I might research this for its properties. This might be useful. I'm gonna stuff it into my bag.
If we're all done here.
Oh, right, flowers. Yes, we do. Yes.
You're...
And
Yeah, I was gonna ask the DM a question. So
Yeah,
the
go for
person who was attacked originally, they're not dead, right?
The very, very first one that you saw?
Yeah.
No, they're dead. Like
Okay.
they have like a good, like they're missing a good portion of their shoulder, and then they have here, I'll do this for perspective. Where's your
Basically-
Phoenix? They have this compared to
Yeah.
this size hole in them. And for those
Yeah,
of you,
so,
no, he's fine.
there's no
those of you who would like to
spare the
see
dying
what
for
they were
that.
fighting.
Gotcha. I just
Yeah.
you
It
know
didn't start dying. it just went straight
Finn
to
could
dead.
hope. So yeah, Finn kind of looks in that direction, and she looks kind of down, and she turns to the orc woman. Before we leave, do you need any aid, or are you gonna be okay? Does this happen all the time?
I mean, I think we can take care of the dead our own way. But
So sorry.
but
Really
yeah, we
sorry.
usually don't. They usually don't come out of the woods that quickly,
What do you mean that quickly? Like,
or
They
that
don't-
that often in those numbers.
So there's more of those things as you go deeper.
I mean, they live in the swamps. Yeah, I mean, we usually they don't really go about sneaking up on us. So I don't know. That was strange.
mm, oh, okay.
But
Um,
we can offer you you all dinner if you want.
Huh? Or
It's getting dark.
we could use a safe place to rest, guys. Because if we were gonna rest anyways, right?
I mean, as someone who understands it, thank you for your hospitality. We greatly appreciate it. Do you need any? And he like looks at his sister for a second. Do you need any funds for your loss here today?
We can
Oh.
also help you bury them properly.
No, no, we'll be all right.
But
Well-
if you have good shelter, I don't want to sleep outside with big bugs.
Unfortunately, we only got a couple beds inside. It's not in the structure. You look behind, like they don't sleep comfortably. Like there's now 4 people or 3 or there's 3 grown adults and a child, and the two men that were kind of out there in the field. One with the smaller child. This child's a small half-orc looking girl. One of the men is similarly half orc, and the third one's a human. All look to be younger, like not necessarily children, growing up men, but they fit very, very snugly in that house. It's not more than maybe 20 feet by 20 feet.
As long as you have a roof that we can stay under for the evening, that would be lovely. We'd greatly appreciate it.
Yes, thank
I
you.
can sleep as a cat too and take up less room.
There may be
don't pay no
an
mind to that.
an overhang where we keep our keep some of the produce while we're waiting over by the orchard.
That's more than enough. Thank you.
We
Please
appreciate
offer.
it. Do you need any help this evening? We could also there's a few of us who are fairly handy in the kitchen.
And also mending to wounds and such.
Healing, I think we'll be all right. I think it's just me, and she motions over to the body. But more hands make less work. So if you want help in the kitchen, by all means. Art.
Were they pointing out the beds to us, or were they just referring to them?
They kind of gesture kind of farther off, so like on the end of the field that you guys saw, there's like a small, for lack of a better word, shed, but it's more of like 3 walls and a roof, type of deal. Nothing.
Okay. So not
like
not
enclosed.
something that we could actually physically observe at this point.
No, you could see it from where you guys are at.
Yeah. But it would be our place to rest. It wouldn't be comfortable, but like we could rest there.
Mm-hmm.
More to the point of my question, do the beds just seem like they are just, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Do they seem like they are like broken or in disarray, or are they just like poor quality?
Well, from over there, or are you talking about in the house? In the house, you can't quite see, or when you do step inside, it's very, very minuscule. But over at that like shack that she was talking to, there aren't any like physical beds. It's more of like you're roughing it. You also do have your cart, which provides some protection and some, like you could sleep in it if you wanted to. A couple of you guys comfortably. But
I think our horse needs a. Do you have somewhere we might be able to give it like a bath or something?
Or just not sleeping attached to the cart.
you can hitch it up where you guys are resting. It'd probably be safest. Keep it close to y'all. We don't have any means of washing it. I mean, I can draw up some water for you. And you can get that taken care of, but by no means is it any fancy city bath.
It was fine. We just ran into a bog earlier.
So, water's fine.
All right. And she looks over at one of her sons.
All you need for a bath, right?
Yeah. And she nods over to one of her sons, and he runs and like looks like he's starting to go fetch some water for y'all. All right. Well, if we don't have any other business here, I'm gonna get started on supper. And she turns and walks in. And as you all go about your ways of setting up camp for the night, unhitching the horses, unhitching Dusky, giving him a nice bath with what water is provided to you, that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Hey.
Thank you all for joining. One last call as my wonderful cast is going around talking about themselves. Enter Barefoot, B-A-R-E, foot, F-O-O-T, all one word, in the... No, not that, Jay. Jay, no. In the chat.
There you go.
For your chance to win a beautiful, beautiful Umbral Oculus D20. Let me find it real quick. And Eden, why don't you go ahead and take it away, Eden?
Okay, everybody. Hi, I am Taryn Hackett, also known as Val Root across the socials, generally creative human, eldritch entity, and dice maker under the moniker of Umbral Oculus Dice, proud sponsor of the giveaway and things. I also have a shop update live, kofi.com/UO_dice/shop, or link in my Instagram bio if you want. I have a bunch of dice in stock there, and if you want 10% off of a full set, you can enter in discount code the Red Hare Inn. Just Red Hare Inn, not the Red Hare Inn. Red Hare Inn. Force a habit. But you can enter that in for 10% off of all full sets. Do the thing. There are also single D20s. You can catch me over on the initiative order every Monday for Vault, or at least the next few Mondays for our Fallout TTRPG as we get ready to wrap up that campaign. Every other Sunday, starting back in February, Far Realms, my Cult Divinity Lost homebrew campaign, where I terrorize Casual and Ronin and feed off of their suffering. Super fun there. And then after that, there's going to be some cool stuff happening, and you should pay attention to the socials to see what that means. Do the thing.
Renee, go.
Thanks. I was just waiting for you to hand it off. I knew I was next. Just wanted to make sure you remembered. Hi, everybody. My name is Renee Beauregard. I'm one half of Dragon Rock RPG design, and me and my best friend Daniel Lieberman make 5e supplements for Dungeons and Dragons. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at Dragon Rock RPG, and you can find us on Instagram at Dragon Rock RPG Design. We're going to be putting out our Ranger supplement real soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And you can actually find me not this Saturday, but next Saturday on the Bard's Playhouse, where I am playing John J. Wilson, the company man for Wayland Yutani in the Alien RPG. It's fun, it's great, and I'm still alive, and I can't believe it. Yep, everyone believes that I've got something up my sleeve, and I'm just doing what I'm told.
Trust the company man.
Other than that, I will hand that off as per usual to my lovely and dear beautiful sister.
Well, thank you, Perrin. Hi, guys. I'm Utahime. I'm a cosplayer and streamer and TTRPG performer. You can find me on the social medias at Utahime Cosplay, Facebook, Instagram, here on Twitch, where hopefully I'll get back to streaming again on my channel. And you can also find me at Brianna DeCosta on Twitter. As our lovely Eden mentioned, I can be found on the initiative order on Monday evenings for the last of our campaign Vault Fallout TTRPG by Modifius. It would be so sad to see my super mutant Ash go away, but at least we have the memories. And every other Tuesday, obviously here. And then Wednesdays, you can find us on _D'Angelo's channel for Tayar. Well, at least me and the Discount Bard. You can see that political intrigue infused with our D&D. So definitely check that out. And there's going to be some more announcements to come. So definitely stay tuned on my socials for some other fun projects on the way. And I'll pass it along to the Discount Bard. I hope I pointed in the right direction. Nope.
Directions
there
are
we
hard.
go! Yeah!
Hello, everyone. Oh, indeed. I'm Eddie, the Discount Bard. I'm a TTRPG performer, also a voice artist, actor, streamer here on twitch.tv/discountbard, real life jack of all trades, master of none, full-time silly person. You can follow all my shenanigans on the various social medias and on TikTok at Discount Bard, where we do all kinds of variety content ranging from Sea of Thieves to talking about mental health, all sorts of fun stuff. I also have other projects that are potentially going to be in the works in the near future. Nothing has been set in stone just yet, but definitely keep your eyes peeled on those various socials for what's to come in the near future. I have some ambitions for 2022. I'm hoping that I can make some of them happen this year. Fingers crossed. And now to pass it on to Tall, Casual, and Handsome.
Hey.
What can he say?
It's Jay, who's muted.
He's muted today.
Oh no, that's wild. I mean, what can I say? Corvus is who I play, but you can call me Jay Casual. Find me on all social media at Just2Casual and Casual Creativity over on Twitch. From a variety streamer, entertainer, professional storyteller, entertainer of all kinds, but the best entertainment you'll have in this life or the next. I will be streaming again actually tomorrow for a little bit as we do some deep breath world building. What's deep breath? Let me tell you. It's the anime inspired urban fantasy setting where the old world of magic is in conflict with the new world of technology, where I am doing all kinds of fabulous playtesting to prepare for the Kickstarter, hopeful to launch before the end of, well, sometime during spring. March what we're aiming for. So jump on that information. If you want more details, you can follow social media at Deep Breath RPG or the website deepbreathrpg.com. That's DEEP bread THRPG.com. Casually, of course. Inhale anticipation. Take a deep breath. Exhale excitement.
And last but not least, the King of West Virginia.
Man, the King of West Virginia, D&D Jesus, and
all the other words.
all the
and
other
all
things.
around pain in my ass.
We love him. We miss him. We're sorry that for Fox's sake, we hope that his internet gets better. But thank you, Ronan, for always being a boon to us here in this party. I know you're not watching. I know you might not.
It's past his bed. Let's be honest. It's past. It's been his past his bedtime.
Ronan just texted me saying that he won the battle against the Sasquatch and they have relinquished the claim of his throne. He is still the king of West Virginia.
Holy wow! That's it. Wow. Is he the king of West Virginia and the Sasquatches of Appalachia now?
Apparently, that's what it was. It was a conflict. They thought
I'm sorry. It's Appalachia. Say it right.
Yeah, I'm from the Midwest.
Tapioca?
I give zero shits. That's why I'm sorry. Claim to his throne.
I'm flat-footed and
wait, what?
My roots run strong, and I don't care how you pronounce it.
Thank you, Taryn, for saying nothing.
Thank you for your input.
Thank you for All right, we're gonna draw the giveaway winner. Here, last chance to put barefoot in chat.
Barefoot.
There we go. Closing entries. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And no longer enter the raffle, but we're gonna pick a winner, and that winner is. Hey, what can I say?
What can I say?
His name is Jay.
Oh my god!
Casual.
It's a glorious. I like winning. I don't get to win often. Yay. 2022 is my year.
Considering we force you to give the last thing you won to Beth.
Yeah.
This one's mine.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
This D20 has been beautifully crafted by our wonderful Eden of the Briar.
With the gear in it, right?
We'll rip through the void.
It's got the gear in
your
it.
soul.
Reminds me of a campaign of yore.
Yes. It might be time for a return since there's a Kickstarter they launched for the new content of what happens beyond that curtain wall.
Let me know since I've got a tail to build.
It's okay. Someone's got a hand to get back.
Beth, yes, more dice for you.
That's cruel.
Beth came back just to say more dice for me. Great. Eye contact, Jay. Eye contact.
Eye contact and snackies.
But yeah, so who are we raiding today? Who are we gonna raid? We're gonna go raid Total Party Chill. Looks like they're playing some D&D.
Nice.
We're gonna get that started. While that's rolling, go give them a big old hi and a pint of whatever you're drinking, whether it's water, ale, tea, coffee. I don't know why you're drinking coffee this late, but any of that on the house from the Red Hare Inn. We'll see you in 2 weeks as our adventure continues. Bye, y'all.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Hi, everyone.
Not y'all.